Wither, zero cost card, strong card, answers most zeros, answers some ones, deals with token threats, overall just very strong. Reaper Sow is pretty reasonable. Board clears, or in this case, if it's your turn, break all champions. Very strong in case your opponent ever gets super far ahead of you. Secret Legion has done me good work as a draw 2. I've also won some games off of that, comboed with Courageous Soul for, what is that, 18-22 damage out of nowhere from hand. Necromancer Lord is solid. If you have the loyalty, which is pretty easy in evil, just because there are so many strong evil zeros, specifically removal and blitz champions. Dark Assassin's okay. Our opponent might take both of those, which would be fine with me. Wither kills them both. Yep, Wither is definitely the pick here. No question. I've been really impressed by Rox's Enforcer, especially as zero removal. Probably take Unquenchable Thirst, more zero cost removal. We've already got 2 other evil cards that we can banish with it to make it more effective removal. Oh crap. Not a big fan of Frost Giant because it's a slow 1-cost champion. Not a big fan of that other card. Spawning Demon, because I don't get a lot of 1-cost evil cards. Bodyguard is a 0-cost champion. I might just take that. Wave of Transformation is very strong. No Escape's very strong. I don't like Scaros. I don't like Priestess. It's a tough one. If I had more time, I might have taken the Wave. Definitely Watchful Gargoyle. Transform. 0-cost champion that recycles, similar to a Fumble if I have to. Transforms an or draw 2. The other 2 are pretty weak. Generally, you won't be able to build a Kark deck in Dark Draft, but it's not impossible. We just never try to. And the Risen is just pretty underwhelming since it doesn't have an or draw 2 option. Oof. This is a strong pack. Guilt Demon's great. 0-cost Blitz champion, that's why we're picking it. High King is pretty mediocre. Dies to our Wither. Wing Death is great, dies to our Wither, but super strong. If it survives, Gold Dragon is solid. Blitz Punisher, that gains your health, hard to remove. Hurricane's great, as we saw. Off-turn board clear. We might take Time Walker, even though we only have the 1 Sage, just because it is so strong with a lot of the cards in our deck. And it is just a strong card in general. And then Resurrection's a draw 2, or Feeding Frenzy. Feeding Frenzy does work with Roxa's Enforcer. I think we're just going to go Resurrection to keep our options open. Succubus would have been okay. Ooh, I kind of want to hate draft Angel of Death, since I'm guessing our opponent is probably in evil, and it's a strong evil card for us too. Currently, we don't have a lot of huge guys. We'll probably get a couple, so taking Hasty Retreat is still good. Quell is also solid, so is Smash and Burn. Forced Exile is okay. I'm going to take that guy, though. Ambush Champion, a way to spend multiple gold. Doesn't rely on loyalty. And then, I don't like Hunting Pack. I probably won't take it. I'm not a huge fan of these other cards either, though. Probably Night of Shadows because it draws a card. We generally don't go Wild because there's just so few worthwhile cards in Wild. Yeah. Oof, this one's tough. Lash is strong, but we don't have any cards that go with it particularly, so we probably won't take it. Draka's Fire is great at clearing out zeros, both ours or our opponents. If we get it or they get it, probably take that. Temple Enforcer is great, but we don't have a ton of Sage right now. Lineman waits to draw 2. Citadel Scholar is great. Warrior Golem is great. Even if we don't have the loyalty, we're definitely not taking Burrowing Worm. It's a slow 1-cost champion that doesn't do anything when you play it. Way too weak to bounce removal specifically, which is super powerful in general. Chomp is okay, but Citadel Scholar and Warrior Golem are significantly better, even if we don't have the loyalty to for Warrior Golem. I'm talking really fast so I can get all this information out while we have the timer. If you have any questions, feel free to type in the comments. I probably won't see them until afterwards, but I can talk about them then. Another strong pack, we're not taking Fire Shaman or Spore Beast because we're not in Wild, because I don't like Wild in Dark Draft. Vanishing is great. Tempo-wise, Keeper of Secrets, okay, but we don't have a lot of one-cost Sage cards, which makes it a bit worse. Justice Prevails is incredible, and I absolutely want it, but I don't know if our opponent will take it. Forked Lightning, off-turn play. Insurgency's okay. What does our card draw look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. We're low on card draw. None of this is card draw. Angelic Protector's okay. I think Insurgency's a little bit better. It's tough. It's close. Ooh, another tough pack. So like I said, we're pretty low on card draw, so we need to work on getting a lot of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Ceasefire would be a big deal. We need about 7 more and about, what is that, 9 cards? 12 cards? Coursemonger is just super good. Over there, ooh. So Erratic Research is great. Card draw makes us win. Fatigue. Blood Rescue Griffin and Second Wind are also really good. Reusable Knowledge is good for getting back what we need. I would love to take Rescue Griffin Second Wind, but we absolutely need card draw. We have plenty of zeros already. Yep. Reusable Knowledge was another option. Ancient Chant is great. It's almost certainly what we're taking. We need card draw. It's the best one in the game. Triceratops is strong. Brachiosaurus is strong. I hope our opponent isn't in Wild and gets those. Banishment is pretty reasonable, but we want off-turn card draw. Citadel Rebellion is okay specifically if we had Roxas Curse, especially if we had Roxas Curse or Siren Song, but we don't. Ancient Chant is great though, because we absolutely need the card draw. Card draw. Don't like Sonic Assault. Our deck is fairly aggressive, but we do have Knight of Shadows already. We know our opponent doesn't have Marcus, and we do have a decent amount of one-cost good Sage cards to get it back. That's fine. It's an off-turn play. It's okay. It's not a slow champion. Yeah. Definitely not Wolf Companion, it's just a bad card. Steel Golem is possible. What's our one-cost slow champions? 1, 2, 3. 3. So we could take another one. Mythic Monster is card draw. It's huge. Reaper is removal. I think we need the card draw. Yep. I might have taken Reaper if I had more time. Courageous Soul is just great, especially since we did end up picking up the Insurgency. Ankylosaurus is okay. Helion is very strong, but it's not card draw. We don't want to use Ankylosaurus to draw cards, but we can if we have to. I think we have enough Sage to make Helion worthwhile. I'll take it. Palace Guard is too incredible to pass. Go Wild's okay. Angel Light's okay. KHL's not great for us, but it's not bad. People's Champion, what's our card draw look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, if we could pick up 2 card draw on the next one, we're fine. We didn't. Martial Law. Yeah, we have Courageous Soul. It's a board clear. Lurking Giant is also great. What's our ambush champions look like? 1, 2, 3. We probably have enough. The 5/1/1s are perfectly good threats by themselves. Yeah, so we're a little low on card draw. But at least we have some good card draw. So I'm gonna get rid of... Well, I can slow down and think a little bit more right now. So, Night of Shadows is a strong on-turn play. It's card draw. It opens up the discard. Guilt Demon is strong as well. That's removal, that's card draw. I don't think I want Bodyguard. I don't think we have a ton of ways to recall it. We have a decent amount, actually. We have 4. But I think we want to find some better stuff, especially if we are keeping Guilt Demon. This is fine. There are so many things that punish me, like Hunting Pack if I just play Night of Shadows. I could just pass, but I don't want to just pass. Could be the right play to just pass, though. We didn't see either Spike Trap or Hands from Below, and both of those are cards I would consider first picking, especially Hands from Below. We don't have a good off-turn play if our opponent does nothing. Worst case scenario, probably, well, worst case scenario is our opponent has Hands from Below. Avenging Angel, okay. Hurricane, draw cards. Alright, that's risky. I'm going to go ahead and play our Guilt Demon, banish those cards to make it harder for him to recycle, and I'm going to put his non-card draw card first. So, Avenging Angel, Hurricane. So this makes, like I said, harder for our opponent to card draw from recycle, and if they just are out of cards, that's very bad for them. What do I want to draw cards with? If our opponent puts something... Alright, I could just transform that. Stay ahead on board. I think I like that. We're winning the race slightly. We still have 2 cards that we can use to card draw. We don't need more cards right now. Keeps our opponent's discard pile empty for recycle purposes. We don't want to banish our own cards. And if our opponent just wants to race, we're winning the race. We have a 6 health lead. Although, yeah, we don't have any real... If we had a threat to play, I might play that. Just because it forces them to use more cards answering our board, as opposed to just drawing cards. Reaper, Dark Assassin. Night of Shadows is obnoxious. We'll keep the Unquenchable Thirst so we can kill that if we have to. Although we could just play Helium. Kill those 2. Then we're taking 9 a turn, but... Although if we hold Feeding Frenzy, then we can kill those 2. Yeah, that's fine. So this is a pretty risky play, but I think it's worth it. Alright, yeah, we will go ahead and second wind just to see what our options are. Transform Unquenchable. Yeah. Unquench, that's fine. Then we will go ahead and use this on these 2. Feeding Frenzy to finish off that. Attack with Guilt Demon to get rid of the Necromancer Lord, and hope our opponent doesn't have Thought Blocker. This is significantly more aggressive than I like to play generally, but I think we're in a situation to do it. Fires. A Flash Fire would be pretty obnoxious. Lash. I'm fine with that. And we'll go ahead and Erratic Research our opponent so we can get our card draw on. It's still hard for them to recycle. And then we'll probably Memory Spirit back. Probably Erratic Research if our opponent plays something. As card draw. Yeah, I think I'm fine with playing a threat here. Yep. So our opponent is at very few cards in hand as well. So if they want to use removal, then that just decreases their hand even further. Oh, that's absolutely fine with me. Alright. So we'll start. We'll play. Oh, right. Cards in hand. Reaper, Demonic Rising. So we'll go ahead and play Rox's Enforcer, kill all that stuff, and then attack and banish the Cave Troll so he can't get it back. We could also use Corpsemonger to banish the other one, but I don't think we really have to at this point. If they're able to recycle now, that's fine in exchange for me maintaining a bit more cards in hand. And we're definitely Erratic Researching if they spend their gold. Which is another reason why Corpsemonger isn't as necessary. Alright. So he's used all of his cards we knew about. I think I want to play my Courageous Soul and then Vanishing the Reaper and attack for a lot of damage. I could also just go all in and play Corpsemonger. Insurgency is better though. Do I even have to use Vanishing now? So let's see. That would be 4 each is 16 plus those. I don't think I have to use Vanishing now. Alright. Looking good. If we have to, we still have Vanishing for backup. We also have Corpsemonger to finish things off if necessary. So there's a very good chance we win this turn. I think we want to attack with the Guilt Demon first. Keep our... we don't want to banish any of our own cards. Similar to before, where attack with our evasive champions first. More likely to be strong. Force him to use his gold before us. Muse. That's fine. So we have 5 guys. Any 4 getting through wins us the game. So I'm fine with not using Vanishing yet. I'll attack with one of these, see what happens. After this one, I probably will Vanishing, if he hasn't blocked yet. Yep. I think it's worth it. So now we have 3 champions that if any of them hit, we win the game. Our opponent has no blockers. In play. Alright! Game 2 down! That was an excellent top deck. Which is part of the reason we took Insurgency, because I do value Courageous Soul pretty highly as well. For similar reasons to right then. Excellent. Off to a great start. So, our opponent did take a lot of cards that I'm not a huge fan of. Namely, the Dark Assassin. Reaper's pretty strong though, so I guess maybe it was just the Dark Assassin. And we ended up playing a significantly more aggressive style than I usually do. I'm usually much more of a just get ahead, stay ahead kind of guy. Keep my hand size high. Even if my opponent has a high hand size, we have a lot of options. That game, we were in a position that our opponent was low on cards, so we just exploited that. Applied a lot of pressure quickly, and drew into some solid finishers.